It's useless. I hate
He's
it.
not.
What was that?
The amount of feedback right now.
That sounds creepy. We're at the
I got everything muted and it's still doing it. Literally everything is muted.
It's got to be one of these cameras.
It's probably the computer because they will pick up all of us up. It has to see all three phones. We're having serious issues.
Awesome.
I got cameras right now. Let's see if I get the audio right.
This is a lot of fun, actually. We are discovering some
Wow.
sound. I've still got some echo. I'm getting echo in my headphones now.
Check 1, 2. Check. Wow. Stop.
That was fun.
Check 1, 2.
It still is.
There's no mics on.
It's got to be one of the devices.
It has to be.
It's October. It's a ghost.
It's a spooky.
This is weird. How's that?
Still there.
A little bit?
Yeah, still there. Weird.
Wait.
Wait.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Yay! Is my
Yeah,
mic
but
on?
then I lost a camera.
My mic is on. It's just really quiet.
We're getting closer.
No.
Can you hear like every little thing now?
I can hear atoms vibrating right
Wait,
now.
I gotta try that.
Check 1, 2.
Oh. I can.
All right, I'm gonna mute
You
that.
can hear the universe.
I'm gonna fix this.
No.
It didn't work.
Stop.
But I can.
We're getting closer, guys.
Wow, that's loud.
I can hear.
Can I enter
Air.
the studio?
I can hear my thoughts.
I can hear my thoughts. My thoughts are really loud right now. I don't know. I kind of like that.
We had this all set up. I promise.
It makes my voice.
Now
sound
everybody's
really
in different spots,
Crispy.
and now the video's not right. Gosh darn it!
We probably should have tried this before.
We tried it,
Should
but
have done this like an hour ago.
it just isn't working today.
I want some chicken nuggets.
You want some chicken nuggets?
You want
I want
some
some
chicken
chicken
nuggets?
nuggets.
I think we're working now. Let's
For
see
real,
if I've
for
got. I think so.
Yay!
Let's see if the audio's working on my end. Check 1, 2. Let's see if the audio sound. Hey guys, this is you. You signed up for this.
This is Tatooine.
We told you.
Sons.
You guys get to see us record, and this is exactly what happens every stinking
Well,
week.
this is new.
This isn't easy. Doing this, no, but we have glitches.
Oh, absolutely.
We have problems. Things don't go the way that we thought that they were going to go. Let's see if the sound effects are working right.
I can hear it. I don't know if they can hear it though.
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know if it's echoing. I don't know if it's echoing on the video or not, and if it is, I apologize. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
We're here.
Maybe.
I don't think anybody else. I said there's like 10 comments. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, but I can hear you. Keep it real. Yes, we did. Looks good to me. Keep it real, boys. No, this is Jordan and Grammy and Tina. Hey, Tina, how's it going?
Hey.
Who's Tina?
Yeah, we're trying to get it working, guys. All right. Tina was the first person to log on like a while ago.
Hey.
Sorry, we had problems.
But hey, that's what keeps it fun.
Mics are what they are.
Not sure.
How you guys
Fun's
doing today?
the word.
Fine.
Fine.
What are we wearing today?
Star Wars. Surprisingly.
Star Wars.
You're wearing your Sith trooper hat
Looks good.
and a very generic Star Wars logo shirt, which is classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic
works.
shirt.
Works.
What are you wearing, Sam? Nobody can really
my
see it,
Boba
but-
Fett
There you go.
playing card-
Boba
card
Fett
shirt.
playing card shirt.
Yeah, I love this shirt.
That's pretty cool.
We got this at Celebration 2017.
Yeah, I got it for you. That was like you couldn't decide what to get. and
I didn't
finally-
want anything.
I know. I was like, what the heck?
And
We
then you
got
got
Star
me
Wars
this,
Celebration.
and
Get
then
him
like
something.
like a 8-bit Boba Fett shirt.
Yeah, that was
And then we go to Star Wars Celebration 2019. You're like, ooh, I want that. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool stuff there, though.
I still want a Scout Trooper.
I'm
helmet,
wearing
by the way.
my Yoda Try not, do or do not. There is no try. Well, we're not trying to do a show.
We are doing.
We're doing the show. Buster Turbis is over on the wall there, Jordan. You can't see. It's behind BB Nate somewhere.
There's turbos everywhere.
Turbis is hidden up there somewhere. There's Turbis behind Sam. You can see him. There's Turbis up there.
It's like hidden Mickey.
Buster's downstairs taking a nap because that's what Buster does.
I don't think there's really ever a time unless he needs to go outside or he's eating where he's not.
Or if somebody comes to the house. If somebody comes to the house, he gets really excited and then he passes out after he gets excited. So
I'm gonna sneeze real quick. Is that okay?
No.
we're not recording the show yet, so we're just like videoing.
Nice.
So
Wow.
God bless.
good to have you guys on here.
Thank
All
you.
right, we're gonna get ready for a show,
Really?
and you guys get
Is
to
that
watch
what
us
this
get
is
ready for a
about?
show. So, all right. You got your intro ready?
I do.
Yeah, we're gonna practice it in a minute.
Well, it's really
It's pretty easy. Yeah. A couple of sickos. You guys know what that is, right?
Yes.
You know who the sickos are?
It's obviously you.
I'm not a sicko.
We're not talking about physically here.
That's not what I'm talking about. Mom finished The Mandalorian, so you guys ready to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
You asked her what she thought about it, so.
And she didn't give me an answer.
She did. She gave an answer.
I don't remember what she said.
Well, then I guess I'll answer for
All
her.
right.
We'll talk about Star Wars Rebels coming sometime in the future.
Eventually.
Rebels Revisited. Last week's poll, we didn't get much from it, so we're going to talk about it didn't work on Facebook. Like, we got 4 votes.
Well, Savannah said she voted. So.
She did vote, and we're going to thank Savannah
Yes, we should.
on video and on audio. Can we not?
God
Can we not
dang,
breathe
dude.
into the camera?
You
Or into the
sound like a
microphone?
dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was good. You like
That
that?
is some high quality podcasting right there.
That's good.
I don't like how that's being piped directly
Into
my
your ears. All right. Yeah, exactly.
And I have no option to opt out of it.
I know. Yeah. Jordan's like, what?
Ah.
Yeah. So we'll talk a little bit about Savannah. Oh, wait. I mean, we'll talk about the poll. And this week's poll, we're going to see if we can get people to vote in it since nobody voted in last
Well,
week.
hey, no
Come on,
matter
people.
what.
I don't know. It's hard to figure it out. We're going to do it differently this time. So,
Oh, okay.
hot takes. Yeah, we'll talk about those. Did you guys read those articles I sent to you?
Yes.
So you're ready to talk about those things like I
Yes.
asked you to? Okay, that's good.
Vaguely.
All right. Dynamic Droids of
I
Star
mean, it
Wars.
was a while ago, so I might not remember everything, but I read it. So
Yeah, I kind of.
Can you keep your papers in order? They make me.
I will.
They make me uncomfortable.
maybe they are in order.
Okay. All right. Initial R2D2 thoughts. You guys know who you're talking about? It's
R2D2?
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna talk about the OT. Woo woo. OT baby. Yeah. Prequels, sequels. You guys know who's talking about it, and I got a moment. We're gonna have a moment. A dad
About a
moment.
droid.
Okay.
A moment about a droid. Actually, the more I thought about the droids, because we're starting a new series. If you're watching this on video, you
Oh
can-
yeah, we should probably mention that in the banter too.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, I'll mention that. But the new series is about droids, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, there's a lot of really great character lessons from these droids because every droid has so much personality
But it's usually very specialized to one
because
characteristic.
they're droids,
Mm-hmm.
and so they can't act with their faces. And they don't really interact in like love stories and anything like that, or
Right.
relationships as much. So their character has to be like very clearly defined, and you get that from these droids. That's it's gonna be a lot of fun talking about characters.
It's going to be the
It's a good idea.
best series.
the best series ever.
Ever.
Better than heroes or villains. Because droids are the best.
Anything else? You like droids, BB Nate?
Droids are cool.
Go figure. Who's gonna do the Natalie Portman story?
I guess I will because I don't know about the animated Luke.
I
Kylo
guess I
conflict.
have
Have
to
you
do
guys?
the lightsaber.
Yeah.
one.
Have you guys seen that yet? The animated Kylo Luke.
No.
I didn't know
thing?
that was the thing.
All right, we'll talk about
I
that.
probably shouldn't watch it because it's gonna make me wish.
We'll
that
talk
had
about it.
happened more.
We'll talk about it on the show.
Save for the show.
All right, so here's what we're doing. We're switching over to the audio recording.
We're gonna do the things.
What's that?
We're gonna do the things now.
What things?
The podcast.
Oh, I should go ahead before we get started and let you guys talk for a minute while I find a bad YouTube video to watch at the end. Hey, if you're watching this on video right now, hang around for the end because we're going to go bad Christian videos. Not mad. Mad. That's completely different.
Oh, trust me, these are worth your time.
Yeah, like a.
Last week's was something. It was,
Oh, I found it. I found it. If you are watching the video right now,
what is it?
you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
It has a
let
no
me
word
see it.
in
Let me
it.
see it. Let me see which one you're talking about.
Christian breakdance?
No,
It doesn't have a no word
Okay,
in it.
good.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys are not
We've
ready
not had a problem.
for what happens at the end. At the very end, after the show's over, we'll switch back over, and just for you who are watching the video,
Whatever.
you get
We'll
to
find
watch
out.
a video called Christian Breakdance with us. It is awesome in ways that awesome can't even be described. It's worth enduring an hour of us talking about Star Wars to get to the end of. So that's all that I have to say about that. Nathan, will you practice your intro a couple times, please?
Okay.
You need to do some voice warm-up exercises.
All right. Welcome, Star Wars fans, to episode 134 of Tatooine Sons. I could really
Who pressed the fast forward button?
I'm gonna try that for my first time.
No, let's not. You need to do it right. Practice like you play.
Well, I'm doing it twice, so the first time I can get
Do it
through
right both times. Go.
Okay, welcome, Star Wars fans, to episode 134 of Tatooine Sons. We're shaking things up a little bit this week and talking about some characters in Star Wars that don't get nearly enough love. What did I do wrong?
Everything.
Yeah, you started to stutter and
As you start
stuttering.
Your levels are way too high. You're red.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're both redlining. So all right, go. Do it again from the beginning.
Welcome, Star Wars fans, to episode 134 of Tatooine Sons. We're shaking things up a little bit this week and talking about some characters in Star Wars that don't get nearly enough love, the droids. But first, let's talk about Kenobi and the High Republic and strandcasting and some other fun Star Wars stuff. It's time for Tatooine Sons.
All right, do it like for real this time. Like
I had mucus in my throat and it was like...
I don't think we needed to know that.
okay.
Just do it.
I am.
Hey, if you guys are listening to this on the video right now, can you put in the comments, hey Jordan, will you put in the comments whether or not it's echoing on your end? Because it's not echoing on ours, and I'm hoping it's not echoing on the video or the audio recording. But if you can let me know. All right, let's do it again. You good?
I'm tired. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome, Star Wars fans, to episode 134 of Tatooine Sons. We're shaking things up a little bit this week and talking about some characters in Star Wars that don't get nearly enough love, the droids. But first, let's talk about Kenobi and the High Republic and strandcasting and some other fun Star Wars stuff. It's time for Tatooine Sons.
All right, just be expecting for me to interrupt.
Why?
Let's make this real instead of just scripted.
It's
all right?
scripted, though.
I'm going to
It's
have fun.
scripted?
It is scripted. So no echo on your end. Okay, thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Bueno.
Jordan.
All right, we're going to start recording, and we're going to ignore you guys on video. So thank you. Let's say a prayer. We need it today.
Yes.
Dear Jesus, thank you for this your love. Thank you for the opportunity to do this show and have fun as father and sons. And please give grace to all the people that are watching right now, and then all those that will be listening later, because we're a train wreck most of the time, and help them to have fun. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. You good over there? All right. We're going to start recording.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome, Star Wars fans, to episode 134 of Tatooine Sons. We're shaking things up a little bit this week and talking about some characters in Star Wars that don't get nearly enough love, the droids.
Yep. We love
Sure. But first, let's talk about Kenobi and the High Republic and strandcasting and some other
What's
fun Star Wars
strand
stuff.
casting?
We're
We'll
going to
learn
talk
about
about it, Dad.
Oh, okay, good.
You wrote the show notes.
I was gonna say.
It's time for Tatooine Sons.
It's true. All of it.
What is the name of the porg on the Millennium Falcon?
Force is strong in my family.
What do you think his name is? It's a big moment.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Maybe Turbis?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Turbis? Pablo, if you're listening to this live stream, that porg's name is now Turbis. It's a good Star Wars name.
We're not done yet.
These guys record an awesome podcast called Tatooine Sons. Everybody listen.
Welcome, Star Wars fans. This is Tatooine Sons, your weekly look at all things Star Wars. From the unique perspective of a father sharing his love for amazing space fantasy saga with his two sons. I'm BB Nate. I'm joined first by my brother Samuel the Hutt.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Chucha Star Wars fans, thanks for tuning in. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, then it's okay. Don't worry about it. We don't understand what R2 is saying either. It's fine.
And BB Nate, next time, let's try to clear your throat before I turn the mics off.
Well, you didn't tell me.
I literally said.
He literally went, mics are on.
And
then
you went,
No, I did. Of course, you can't have Star Wars bizarre father figures that criticize me for clearing my throat. On that note, here's
I
my
didn't
dad's
criticize
birthday
you for it. I just told you to do it at the right time. How you guys doing, gentlemen?
Pretty good.
Good.
Hanging in there.
Yeah. We have had lots of tech issues on the video side
It has
of this.
been.
And now we're having some on the audio side, so I hope it's not echoing right now. I don't think it is. It shouldn't be. So we had this weird loop going last week on the audio, where everything from the mixer was going right back into Spreaker and recording the audio again on the whenever I played something from the soundboard. So if you listened to last week's Palpatine episode and there was these weird echoes whenever I played sound effects, sorry. I couldn't fix it afterwards because I didn't find out until the next day. Are you like in a zone over there, BB?
No, I felt like I was going to sneeze.
It looked like it.
Yeah. So speaking of sneezing,
It's raining.
is it raining right now?
Yeah.
Coming down like
That
crazy.
sounds nice.
Yeah, it's nice and
so
peaceful.
peaceful.
They can't hear it, but we can.
No.
Should I like grab my
no,
mic, put it up against the window?
You guys have been fighting colds,
Yeah, a little bit.
so
It was like a 24
just
hour.
be really clear.
We do not have Corona.
No Rona.
There
We
wasn't
are-
even a fever.
We are a Rona-free zone in this. We are asymptomatic. We have no Rona.
Why is this no Rona?
I was doing a hashtag, but nobody could really.
Well, you
hashtag
were doing it like
Rona-free
this,
zone,
not like
All right.
this. Well,
So-
okay, that's great for the podcast.
So
I know
here's
exactly what
here's the
we're
way it
talking
went. I like 2 weeks ago, I got a little sore throat and some nasal
no.
drainage, and then that passed to mom, which had some nasal drainage and sore throat, and then that
passed
passed
to Sam.
to Shmuley, Samuel the Hutt, and then to BB Nate, Natanya. That's your Hebrew name, Nathaniel.
about. It sounds feminine.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel sounds better. Natanya just sounds like a girl.
Well, it's
Sounds like a Russian name for a girl.
It's not.
It does.
So anyway,
Okay.
well, your uncle calls you Natalie. So
yeah,
he
my
calls-
uncle calls me Samantha.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. So yeah. So we you
have
guys,
to
are
be
you
able
feeling better?
Oh yeah, lots better.
BB Nate, are you feeling better?
I am.
That's good because tomorrow's school and you have to actually do school tomorrow.
Oh, I've been doing it.
I know. So
Yeah.
he's been doing it. He's been sticking through it, but he hasn't been feeling good about it. And that sickness resulted in the fact that we couldn't do the Star Wars Rebels Revisited Episode 1 on Monday
Yeah.
and Tuesday like we planned to do because
We got sick.
Sick kids. So we're hoping to do it this week and start our first episode. And then the challenge is we're going to be out of town for a couple of weeks, so we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
We're going to be out of town when
We're
the
just gonna
first
pack all this
episode
up.
of The Mandalorian comes out.
Yeah, so we're going to watch it at me and my papa's condo in
It'll work.
Orange Beach on the Roku. On the Roku.
Now it comes out weekly again, right?
Yes.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Kind of sucks. Oh well.
So we got to take time. So Mom watched The Mandalorian.
She did.
She finished it yesterday.
Yes, for the first time.
Yeah. What was it like for you guys watching it like the third time?
Fine.
Uh,
It's a good show.
yeah.
Thanks, BB Nate.
It just feels more like I don't know if the word comfortable would work, but it's just like I'm better able to understand the story and appreciate it now that I'm familiar. I know exactly what's happening and why things are happening, and it feels even more like Star Wars the more you watch it. Like initially we were like, man, this is some gritty stuff, but watching it again, I'm like, this is Star Wars. It feels right.
This is Star Wars.
This
is Star Wars.
I have spoken.
BB Nate, what did you think about it the third time?
It's good. I do enjoy the show. I'm very excited for the second season, excited to see where it goes. But, I mean, the first season, it feels like most of it was set up for what's coming in the later seasons.
Yeah, it was establishing characters, establishing storylines, bringing in your main bad guy, Moff Gideon.
Yeah. I mean, he really wasn't even a thing till like the last episode. So
Now that all this the chess player, the pieces are on the chessboard, now we can actually have a show, is what it feels like. And then watching the trailer after we watched the entire
immediately
season
after we finished.
kind of alluded to a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jedi or the people that the species that Mandalorian is going to seek in order to try to reunite Baby Yoda,
Is
the
the
child, is the Jedi. There's no doubt after watching it 3 times that it's the Jedi. No doubt that he goes to Tatooine because of Luke, in my opinion. He goes to Ilum. I don't know why he goes to Ilum. I mean, I don't think he's going to look for anything, but I think he finds out that it's associated with
Heavily
with the Jedi and kyber crystals. And
But wouldn't it be awesome if Baby Yoda gets a saber?
I want Baby Yoda to get a Baby Yoda saber.
I'd like that.
That would be cool.
Little like 6-inch.
Do you think he finds the Ahsoka like graveyard and that kind of thing on Ilum?
That wasn't on Ilum.
Oh, wasn't on Ilum?
That's not. That's a completely
totally different planet.
That's a third kind of snow planet. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I don't remember. It's some moon, I think.
I'm
so.
still.
Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if Baby Yoda's hilt is made out of Beskar?
Ooh. Oh, that's cool, Nate. I like that.
Hold on, I don't know. Yeah,
This is
there
the
we
way.
go. We'll just go with that way.
This is the way.
Would you like that, Dad?
I would love that.
That'd be really cool.
That would be awesome.
I mean, it makes sense.
So, Mom's opinion of it was, it's
It's Star Wars.
It was all right. It was Star Wars.
Yep.
So it's just when you're not
We tried.
not a Star Wars fan, but she wants to watch it. I think she's gonna watch season 2 with us.
Cool.
I get the feeling she'll
All right.
watch season 2 with us. So
That's good.
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So
Fun
yeah, we're gonna.
times.
What's that?
Fun
Fun times.
twines.
Fun times. All right, we got problems with our poll. I'll explain in a second. Let's just talk about the poll.
Are you brainless? I never asked that question until after I've done it. What?
All right, so last week we talked about the fact that we were moving our poll off Twitter, moving it to Facebook. I found an app that like connected with our Facebook page for Tatooine Sons, which allowed us to put a poll on there, and I thought it was going to be great. And it like nobody found our poll because of the algorithm.
That's sad.
It is sad. It's like really, really sad. So.
We need poll votes and reviews, but
And
that's
reviews.
a different subject.
Well, yeah, I haven't checked for reviews. I'll check them all around the show. But anyway, so like 7 or 8 people voted, I think, in our poll.
That's not a
Savannah
lot.
voted, so
Yay.
that's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. You're awesome. Anyway, won't go any further. Anyway, so I'm gonna try something different this week.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna put it on the Tatooine Sons discussion group. Okay, so here's the deal. A little Facebook insider thing going on here. Facebook pages don't allow you to post polls directly to your Facebook page, but Facebook groups allow you to put polls directly on the Facebook group.
Okay.
So I posted with an app to our Facebook page.
Right.
It didn't. Nobody found it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the poll this week on the Facebook group. But that means you got to follow us on the group. So if you're not following us on the Facebook discussion group,
Hey, the Sam thing at the end.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to tease it right now. Tatooine Sons discussion group. Find it on Facebook. Become a follower. A group. I will let you in. I promise. If you're nice and you don't say bad things about people and you're not cursing and putting bad pictures on the group, I will ban you for that. But if you don't do any of that stuff, you get on the group and then you can interact with the poll, and that way we can get your feedback, which is what we want. So last week's poll was it a mistake to bring Palpatine back for the Rise of Skywalker? There wasn't even enough votes to even have a poll with it. So thank you guys for those of you that did vote. Your opinion matters, but I don't remember what they are. And then this week's poll is going to be really, really easy.
You think?
For everybody.
You think they'll be able to figure it out?
I think we can get the answer right.
I have 100% sure I know what the answer is going to be.
Yeah. So is R2D2 the real hero of Star Wars? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's going to be 4 answers, and the 4 answers will all be yes, because he is the real hero of Star Wars. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But anyway, yeah. So
Fun times.
yeah, absolutely. Why don't we do this? I'm kind of jump into the next thing because there's lots of stuff to talk about on hot takes. It's like a page and a half this time. What do Snoke, Rey, and maybe even the child have in common? Did Palpatine get the idea of the Death Star from the High Republic? And what's the deal with Obi-Wan letting Anakin survive on Mustafar? That's all next on Hot Takes.
This is where the fun begins.
Well, you want the bad news or the really bad news?
Impressive. Every word in that sentence was wrong.
All right, we got a new Star Wars book. It's called the Star Wars book, by the way.
Wow.
Makes it really easy. That's a great, easy name.
I like it.
The Star Wars book.
Everything you need to know about
That's like
Star Wars.
Ohio
right
State
there.
University. Whenever you see those guys on the football games, you guys don't watch enough football to care. But on the football games, when the players introduce themselves, like on the
Oh
NFL.
yeah,
We're from the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like
really
the
emphasize
Star Wars.
the
book.
the.
You know, one of the things that really frustrated me when I was like working with church and church relations and stuff for Promise Keepers, I would go into these cities and they'd be like the church in Jacksonville. They'd people like would name their church the church, and I'd be like the other churches don't matter in that. Anyway.
It's not a competition, y'all.
It's like that's pretty arrogant. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, so a new Star Wars book clarifies details about Snoke. I'm going to link to an article from cinemablend.com because it was a good article. But this is all me. I put this stuff in. No, this is them. And I stole this. Okay. An amazing new encyclopedia of all things Star Wars was released, or is being released. It's going to be released in a little over a week. And it reveals juicy details about Snoke. The Star Wars book written by Cole Horton, Pablo Hidalgo, and our good friend. I did write this. Our good friend Dan Z from Coffee with Kenobi.
Heck yeah.
I like that guy.
He's pretty cool.
Dan Z's awesome. Coffee with Kenobi is one of the best Star Wars podcasts ever.
Are you confident about that?
Yep.
I have
Better
no
than ours?
doubt. Yes, absolutely better than ours.
100%.
And you should listen to it. And if you're not, then you're not a real Star Wars fan. Is described
I'm not a
as
real Star Wars fan.
No, I'm just kidding. You know that. Anyway, this Star Wars book is described as a unique and insightful examination of this beloved franchise, including Star Wars: The Mandalorian, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Why didn't they say Star Wars: The Rebels? Disappointed. I'm gonna have to talk with Dan about that. In an entry on Snoke, it's revealed that he was a strandcast of Palpatine, and then Wikipedia gives us some more information as to what that even means.
I got a bad feeling about this.
A strandcast was a type of bioengineered living entity in 9 ABW.
ABY.
Sorry.
You need your glasses there, Dad?
No, I'm thinking about like in root beer right now. ANW. In 9 ABY, Dinjarin Caracinthia. That's one name. Did you know that? Like one word. Kara Cynthia. I thought it was like two, like Kara Cynthia Dune.
Like the middle name.
Like it was a middle name when I heard that yesterday.
I didn't know that.
It's Kara Cynthia.
When
She just goes by Kara, like
Moff-
Samuel Sam.
Yeah.
Moff Gideon says Kara Cynthia Dune.
Yeah, no, I know that. I just
I thought it was two words.
Kara or Kara.
Huh.
I don't remember.
Kara Cynthia. Yeah. Anyway, Kara Cynthia Dune and Queel discussed the biological origins of the child. Jaren stated that the infant could be a strand cast.
Yeah,
But Queel replied saying it may not have been engineered as he used to work in the gene farm. So Queel says he worked in the gene farms. He doesn't think that it's engineered, bioengineered. But that was the first time we ever heard of strand casting.
Yeah,
correct?
I was like, what is this?
Yeah. I thought it was just another biological
Yeah, I thought it was
engineered
just some
species. Like,
some Star Wars thing that we just hadn't gotten information at yet, which there's been plenty of stuff like that. So I figured they'd allude to it or give us more information later, which
They
did.
did.
So-
Ray's father was a strand cast, it says in the Star Wars book.
Which can we talk about the like I don't know why, but I think that word's kind of cool because it's not like quite a clone. It's like
Oh, so explain to me what a strand cast is then.
well, I mean, you just got to think about it. You've got like DNA strands and stuff, and then you're using that as like a cast, like a mold for a being, which I just think is like a really interesting.
I would have never connected it like that.
So it's not a clone.
That's why.
but it's a
You
mold.
could have something that's a different gender, and you could have a different looking child, like
Exactly.
Ray's father, with it. Okay, very interesting. So anyway, let's go back to it. Ray's father was a strand cast created by the Sith Eternal. Those are those creepy guys in Rise of Skywalker. Despite being cloned for the template of the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious, the strand cast did not inherit his father's power in the Force. Nevertheless, hold on, this is a good one here.
You underestimate my power.
Nevertheless, his daughter Rey was born Force sensitive like her grandfather. And then it goes on to say Snoke was a strand cast created by Sidious. He served as a proxy ruler of the First Order, and while the Sith Lord regained his power on the planet Exegol, where Snoke and several other genetic copies of himself were created. Although he possessed free will, Snoke's actions were orchestrated by his master. Gentlemen, question.
Yes.
Nothing galaxy shattering in the Snoke info, but what do you think about the concept being brought into Star Wars lexicon multiple times now? They keep talking about this idea of strandcast. Why?
Well, I think it's all for the Emperor, like to explain that whole storyline in Rise of Skywalker. but I think we're gonna notice it more now, like with Baby Yoda. I think that, you had that like Imperial Doctor in those first couple episodes of The Mandalorian.
His name's Dr. Pershing, and you should know this.
Pershing, that's right. I heard that at one point, but the glasses guy. We know he was like
cloner,
right? He was a cloner, or he had that symbol at least and stuff. So I think we're gonna. That's certainly an important part of this. Maybe Baby Yoda is a strand cast of some sort, or something like that.
or maybe they're trying to get his DNA to become the
a
host.
strand cast, maybe, because again, maybe whatever it is doesn't have to look like Baby Yoda. It just they take certain aspects they like or whatever. So I think that whatever we do here about this whole strand casting, it's going to be to explain the Rise of Skywalker. But I think we'll end up hearing a little bit more about it in things, probably season 2 of The Mandalorian.
I'd like you to speak into the show.
Okay,
Wow,
there we
Nathan has
go.
to talk
I was
now?
okay.
Go for it.
All right, but the idea of a strand cast is interesting. It's not quite a clone. It's not going to look the exact same, like what you're saying, and I like the idea of expanding the ideas of clones, especially later in the series.
Well, the clones looked exactly like Jango Fett.
Right.
Yeah, they all
They
look
were
the same.
exact.
So
genetic
this
copies.
this isn't necessarily the same thing, is it?
No, but it's pretty much cloning. They're using the same DNA, but just taking different aspects. But some of them turned out to be different than the others, and so it's
Because Snoke doesn't look anything like Palpatine. Ray doesn't look anything. Ray doesn't look anything like Darth Sidious. Let's just say. All right, and
his father didn't,
and his father didn't, and
Yeah.
so. Do you think that
I feel like it's almost like what's the term? Like where you like breed certain like animals because they have attributes that you like, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like
So
yeah.
You're not going to get the exact same animal afterward, but the animal you get is going to have an attribute.
crossbreeding and that kind of
Right,
thing.
is going to have an attribute you like. It's almost like they take like strands of DNA or aspects of DNA from like different beings and splice them together to create a new being they like with certain characteristics and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
Nate.
not cloning. It's
Yes.
From our conversations in Rise of Skywalker novelization.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recall whether or not the idea of creating these strand cast versions of Snoke and so forth, the son of Snoke, all of that, was son of Palpatine?
I was like,
all of
wait,
that.
whoa, okay.
Snoke, son of Snoke. That's a new movie in development right now.
The Son of Snoke.
Interesting.
The son of
Star Wars Episode 11 or 10.
Yeah.
Son of Snoke.
I am your father. So hold on. Gotta get it right. Hold on. Snoke.
I am your father.
Not really. Okay. So but from the situation with Palpatine, Sidious, and all of that, do you think that they are trying to get Baby Yoda, the child, in order to utilize that to create a host that is also force sensitive for Palpatine, for Sidious, that is the whole Imperial obsession with Baby Yoda?
Yes, that's what I was talking about a little bit ago. I think that they are trying to get Baby Yoda to get certain parts of his DNA to become a host for Strandcast. So himself is not a Strandcast, but they found out about him and found out that species is very force sensitive, so it might be good to make clones off of it or Strandcasts. So
does the Baby Yoda have dark side tendencies? Go.
yes.
He choked Cara Dune, but he's also completely untrained and
He was choking her to protect Mando. So
Still.
he's a protector, so he's probably pretty light side.
I think that Baby Yoda put money on the arm wrestling match, and he wanted to take out Cara Cynthia
He's
Dune, because he wanted to make sure he won his money.
tipping the odds and all that.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's see. Star Wars book is released on October 20th. It's going to be in both hardcover and digital, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be on our list of Star Wars books coming forward.
Yep.
So, all right, what is the Starlight Beacon?
This is madness.
This is from CBR.com. The first opening crawl of the High Republic has been reviewed.
Reviewed? We
And
have reviewed
I've
it.
got my glasses right here. I should put those on, huh?
That's probably a good
God,
idea.
I'm old.
You are.
Jeez, I got to have my glasses for reading a Star Wars podcast notes now. All right. The first opening crawl of the High Republic has been revealed, and in it we learn of a massively expensive space station being constructed to ensure the peace and safety of the Republic. As a symbol of all that's good, the Republic is about to launch Starlight Beacon into the far reaches of the Outer Rim. The new space station will serve as a ray of hope for all to see. Anything connected to that word, ray? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Sorry. Yeah. So, according to an article, again, on CBR.com, the station was designed to serve as a lighthouse for ships and civilizations beyond the Outer Rim, the wild frontier of the galaxy. It was also horrendously expensive. The only comparable projects in terms of size, ambition, and materials are actually the Empire's Death Stars, and their cost was directly linked to the volatile Kyber crystal core, which had to be contained and directed using massive amounts of rare metals. All right, does this mean that the Republic is making their own version of a Death Star?
I don't know.
No, I think what they're using that example because the Death Stars were only expensive because of the Kyber crystal technology and how they had to contain it. That's what made the Death Stars expensive. And this Starlight Beacon is as expensive as those without the Kyber crystals and stuff. So it's just expensive because it's just massive and expensive, I think.
And I'm liking how it's going to show up in a more recent.
Yeah, explain what's going on.
Yeah.
It's showing up in Star Wars issue 9. Whether it's going to be functional or not, we don't know. It might be complete.
Which takes place when in the Star Wars timeline?
After Empire.
After the Battle of Hoth.
Yes. And so we see Leia is going to be taking the helm for this arc normally, so it's going to be quite interesting to see. I'm liking how they're taking stuff from the High Republic and putting it in, but it always feels a little weird when they have stuff in comics, at least, that go way back and maybe hundreds of years ago that just start to randomly show up now. It's a little strange, but I'm liking that they're bringing stuff from High Republic into the main canon more mainstream. So
what do you think about this being at the edge of the unknown regions, wild space, all that? When we start talking wild space, first thing that comes to my mind
Rebels.
is why?
Ezra and Thrawn.
Okay, what else? Thrawn. Yeah, I'm thinking Thrawn. Okay, because that's where Thrawn's at.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the Ezra thing. Nathan's like, Rebels. Anything that we can talk about Rebels. It's like,
Rebels.
Do it again.
Rebels.
Rebels. All right.
Rebels.
So,
like,
yeah.
what if Ezra and Thrawn
What do you think it'd be
landed
being there,
accidentally on the Starlight Beacon and now
This is
Lincoln?
reminding me of Star Trek a little bit.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't remember which of this 45 different series they have, but wasn't there one where there was a
Deep Space Nine?
Deep Space Nine. That's what I was gonna think. This almost feels like that in Star Wars.
It does look a lot
they're
like
on the
it.
edge of unknown space, and they got this fancy space station.
Space,
and stuff.
the final
But
frontier.
it's gonna be a lot cooler because it's Star Wars.
Well, anything Star Wars is better than Star Trek, and I don't mean that to be ugly. I'm just meaning it because it's true. So,
But I like the
spoken.
idea. I like the
I
idea of
do.
the unknown, and I like it being old. And
The unknown regions are becoming a much bigger part of
They
Star
keep
Wars.
talking
canon.
about unknown regions. They keep talking about strandcasting. They keep talking about these things that they're trying to bring in. There's ideas that they're bringing in. Keep your eye on the ball, folks. All right. Why did Obi-Wan Kenobi leave Anakin alive on Mustafar? You raising your hand to answer?
I'm raising my hand because you forgot the closing statement.
I did.
I could say it. I have it already ready.
Read it for me, Nate.
Star Wars The High Republic begins January 5th with Star Wars The High Republic Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule.
Yeah, that's
which
what I
is
meant to
actually in a novel form and not in a comic, which is his normal writing platform.
Exactly. I'm excited he's going to be writing the book. And that crawl is from that book.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right. Let's go back to this. Why did Obi-Wan Kenobi
Kobe-Wan.
leave?
Kobe-Wan.
Kobe-Wan.
Onobi.
Jeez.
Kobe-Wan.
Why did Obi-Wan Kenobi leave Anakin alive on Mustafar? This is from Inverse.com. Ever since the credits rolled on Revenge of the Sith in 2005, fans have speculated regarding why Kenobi chose to leave Anakin alive on Mustafar. His power in the Force was unprecedented. If he survived his injuries, he could still prove to become, well,
what he became.
You underestimate my power.
what he became. Was this an oversight by Kenobi, or, as a new theory by Redditor Mixelangelo_00? I did that right.
Yeah.
This is the way.
This is the way.
I gotta find another one to use here. So, anyway, there we're
Hello
talking
there.
Kenobi.
Yeah.
Suggests they could be very intentional. In short, the theory speculates that Kenobi
Hello there.
believed the prophecy of the Chosen One, and that Anakin would still fulfill it even if that meant he would first have to succumb to the dark side. Does Kenobi's decision on Mustafar underlie his deep belief in the Chosen One prophecy? Go.
Okay, this is new. I've been thinking about this for a while. I thought it was commonplace.
It's a theory. It's a Reddit
I thought
theory.
this was like commonplace, like everybody kind of thought this, but it was never confirmed thing.
Explain.
I've always thought that Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker was the chosen one no matter what. I mean, he went to the dark side, but then he overcame and became the light, which then means that Luke Skywalker was able to carry on the Jedi legacy, which ended up as Rey. And so, in theory, he was a catalyst, and so the chosen one. I always thought that that's
I think that
meant.
what this theory is actually suggesting is that Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one, and Kenobi knows it.
I know, and I'm still saying that.
And that's why he leaves him alive. He leaves him alive to fulfill the prophecy of the chosen one, not to carry it through Luke or Rey or anybody else, because Luke's already coming, right?
Right.
Padme's already going to die in childbirth because she's sad. With that's going to happen in the next scene. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, does this change the way that you view that sequence and give you a reasonable explanation as to why Kenobi leaves him alive instead of kills him? He's Vader. He's already become the Dark Lord of the Sith. He's already become Darth Vader. When you get the action figure for Revenge of the Sith that says Darth Vader, it isn't in a costume. It's Anakin Skywalker Mustafar version. Okay.
Does he have his legs and arm?
No. They don't have a chopped off version.
Okay.
Like him after the sequence with Darth Sidious, and he's like, I now dub thee Darth Vader. So anyway,
That's close.
That was good. That was pretty good, actually. Not at all. No.
Nope.
Not at all. So
Impressive. Every word in that sentence was wrong.
Okay, so why does Obi-Wan in Rebels say when Maul asks, is he the chosen one, and he says yes? Why does he say that for? Is he talking about Luke, or is he still talking about Anakin at that point?
I don't know. I mean, it seems to imply that when Maul, it's a good question, BB Nate. When Maul is talking to Kenobi in Twin Suns, episode 315, it's like almost a verse in the Bible when I say that.
Rebels episode
Rebels
season 3
315.
episode
It's
15,
just Rebels 315.
Time stamp.
It's just Rebels 315. So in Rebels 315, he literally asks Kenobi, is he the chosen one? He knows Kenobi's there protecting someone. So you immediately think he's talking about Luke.
Yes.
Okay. But then now the Siege of Mandalore arc seems to suggest that maybe that he isn't thinking about that. Maybe he's thinking about Anakin because he knows there's something there with Anakin.
Exactly. That's why I keep saying that maybe this was thought about all along. Maybe Luke is what helped Anakin fulfill the chosen one prophecy.
What do you think, Sam?
What if he's protecting Luke to help fulfill it? It's for Anakin, so that's why he's the chosen one. So,
oh, gosh, BB Nate's doing one of those things, and it's hard for him to get it out. I know what he's saying, and it's one of those oh crap, he's figured something out moments where Kenobi's not there to protect Luke because Luke is the chosen one.
Yeah, that's
Kenobi is there to protect Luke because he knows Luke's going to bring the chosen one back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Holy cow,
That's good. I agree.
All right, and
Good
next
episode.
week on the show, jeez,
Hello there.
frickin' Louise. What do you think, Sam?
I think it makes sense. Although I've never really asked this question as to why he didn't kill
Lots of people
Anakin.
did, though. I remember the message boards were full of it.
I thought he was leaving him for dead, so I was like, all right, cool. He thought he was dead.
But then why doesn't he kill him?
Because that's like putting down a dog, but worse. Like
He
It's like Old
already
Yeller.
cut off his arms and legs.
Would you not want to put somebody out of their misery? He's burning up. He doesn't have arms or one. Well, he has one arm, but no legs.
A robot arm.
right.
And he's burning up to a crisp. Wouldn't you want to put him out of his misery?
Could you imagine going over there and just like, I don't know, stabbing him or something?
Okay, think about if it was, say, Buster. He was burning up. He's missing 3 of his legs. And he's screaming out with pain. Would you just turn your blind eye and walk away?
Man, I hope he doesn't survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now add to it an equation of he's the most powerful Force user to ever exist, and he's gone full on dark side. you kill the guy.
Yeah.
This is the argument that's been made for 20 plus years.
Okay.
Or almost 20 years now. So the question then is this Redditor onto something, or is this just...
No, I think he's got a
yeah.
good point.
Yeah.
I just never really thought about it. So I agree. I think it makes sense. And what Nathan said is a pretty good idea, too.
I love it when Nathan comes up with those fun things.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Oh, I should read the closing statement.
I can read it for you.
No,
if you
Sam,
need.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it.
I should read it.
Go
Yeah,
for it,
it's
Sam.
I don't have it up, though.
All right. We're almost certain to learn more about Obi-Wan's motivations when the Kenobi series is released sometime in 2022. Incidentally, Ewan McGregor revealed last week that filming begins this coming March. That's when the date's been set for it. All right.
Cool.
Ready to talk about something else?
Yes.
Let's talk about droids. When we think of Star Wars, it's hard to find another image that comes to mind other than the moment that R2D2 plays Princess Leia's message to Obi-Wan Kenobi. In fact, most of the best moments in Star Wars actually include R2D2. Thank you, R2. How can it be that a droid has such critical influence on the story? Could it be that R2D2 is the actual hero of Star Wars?
Bulky religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
If you live long enough, you see the same eyes in different people.
Is it weird that every time I hear of Maz Kanata, I think of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and whenever I think of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I think of Maz Kanata, just because of the eyes and the glasses, and the old wrinkled skin. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me. Please don't unsubscribe to the show. I just feel that way when I think of them. They've always been interchangeable to me. All right. All right. Initial R2D2 thoughts, Nathan. You should probably go first. Go.
Okay. He's a really cool dude.
Well, it's better than saying he's interesting, I guess.
It's just, I really like the character of R2D2, and
Yeah,
I've always
droids.
loved the fact that droids can portray so much emotion with not having any arms or legs.
He doesn't even talk.
No.
He doesn't have a
just
face.
beep, 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 boop, boops. And
Can you
he
demonstrate
was
that
the
again?
first one to really have that ability. He was the first one in cinema that was just beeps and was just a trash can with wheels. So, and he was the most, he was the most important character in the original trilogy because he was able to send the message, and then he found
You
Luke.
can't tell the story of Star Wars without R2D2.
No, there's just no way. So yes, I think that he is.
You know, that's the way that they like identify whether or not somebody should be in like the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Is if you
Can you tell the story of baseball without this person?
Hmm.
And if you can't, then they should be in the Hall of Fame.
Makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think about him? Or Samuelette?
Yeah, I think Nathan touched on a lot of what I was going to say, but it's interesting how you can have a character where they have such little ability to express emotion, and yet they're able to express emotion, and you can form an attachment with them. And I think a lot of that is that they, in the original trilogy, they had an actor in the suit. Granted, he wasn't able to do much in there, but just that little bit a touch of humanity makes a difference for the character and how he's perceived or whatever.
Yeah, he's such a fun character to watch, and the stories with Kenny Baker, God rest his soul, are amazing. The stories about like they'd go to lunch and they'd forget that he was in there, and they'd leave him in there,
right,
on Tunisia.
Yeah,
in the sun, 120 degrees. He's in this trash can with the lid closed, and they go to lunch and they forget him in there. And again, this is a family-friendly show, but we lived in California and we lived in Colorado.
Can't mention
so
Kenny Baker without talking.
Marijuana is a part of our background. Not that we smoke it or anything. Please, God, no. That's not.
Walk
what
it
I
back.
meant. Walk that one back. We don't do pot. Okay. But in the 70s,
we're no strangers
pot,
to it.
Yeah, I mean, we drive down the street, you get high, just going down the street. But anyway, he would like smoke pot.
And it'd be a hot box
in
for
there,
him.
and it'd be a hot box, and he'd get like super high in there while he was smoking pot and stuff. And it's just like that. It's just a character is so iconic in Star Wars. He's so iconic in cinema. Kenny Baker did such an amazing job acting that out. and he's critical to the story. You know, it's like an intro to this story said. He you know, that moment with Leia shining the hologram, or with R2D2 shining the hologram of Leia, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. That story starts everything out, and his commitment to fulfilling his mission, to getting to Ben Kenobi.
Luke says, he's like, I've never seen such devotion in a droid.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I got to tell you that story from a certain point of view, the original from a certain point of view, is on
the Jawa crawler or whatever.
Well, all of that.
I don't remember it.
Oh, where the droid sacrifices himself.
All of it. He's telling the red R2 unit, the R5 unit. He's telling him he's got this massive mission. He's got to get to this Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's got to get out of this sand crawler. He's communicating in this the Jawa sandcrawler to R5, and R5 gets purchased. R5's been on there for years.
He's waited for this moment.
Waited for this moment for years, but the commitment to helping R2, you know, it's an awesome story, and I love it, and I love the interaction where throughout the original trilogy, all the Star Wars movies, but especially the original trilogy, where he's so prevalent with C-3PO, and he's interacting. He always knows what's going on,
but he doesn't always say it.
And he's always moving the story forward with C-3. You know, like they land on Tatooine, right? They land in the escape pod, and C-3PO's wanting to go the other direction, and R2D2 knows where he needs to go,
right?
And he's demanding that they go this way, and C-3PO is gonna separate from him, and he's like, whatever, you got to go where you got to go, basically. This is what he says, but it's translated, you got to go where you got to go.
Not to be confused, when you got to go, you got to go.
Right, BB Nate? When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
But when you got to go, don't squeeze the Charmin. And for those of you that are old like me, you know what I'm talking about.
Don't squeeze the Charmin?
Yeah, there was the Charmin toilet paper.
No, I know the toilet paper.
That was like a tagline for a commercial.
Why would you
when you got to go, don't squeeze the Charmin.
Why would you squeeze the Charmin?
It's a long story. So there's this Mr. Whipple.
Oh, we're gonna
I promise you, we're going down this path.
No, we don't have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
Yeah, for all the old people listening to this show or watching it right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're waiting for this story. Mr. Whipple was the grocery store manager in all the Charmin commercials.
Okay.
And he would set up these end cap displays in the stores, you know what I'm talking about, of Charmin toilet paper. And these women that would come in to buy their toilet paper, the housewives, would squeeze the Charmin, and it would bother him. And so he would always be telling them not to squeeze the Charmin.
Weird.
And that was advertising.
Okay.
In our day. So anyway, I have no idea what we're talking about. What were we talking about?
We were talking about
R2D2.
They were separating on Tatooine.
Yeah, you got to go where you got to go. I got to go where I got to go. And he goes, when you watch the original trilogy, do you see the original trilogy from the perspective of R2D2 knows Darth Vader is Anakin, knows that Luke is the son of Darth Vader, knows that Princess Leia is the daughter of Darth Vader, knows that Obi-Wan Kenobi is Obi-Wan Kenobi, all of that. Do you watch it from that perspective, that he knows all of that and C-3PO had his mind wiped and doesn't, and there's like this, that's why he does what he does?
Yeah, I think, but he's like, I don't need to tell anyone any of this. Like, this is my deal. Like, he's just kind of being a little...
I mean, I normally try to watch the movies without thinking that, because then I'm like, why wouldn't he just tell them? And then everything probably would have been resolved earlier. But now I think about it, it probably wouldn't matter too much if they told them. They would still fight Darth Vader, even though it was his father. And so,
do you think that R2D2 should have told everybody what was going on?
No, because it was revealed at some
like
point.
On the way to Dagobah. Hey, Luke, before we get there, there's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Actually, no. Because in from a certain point of view, 40th anniversary of Empire.
The new one coming out?
The new one coming out. There's a whole story about Yoda actually telling Obi-Wan Kenobi to not tell Luke that Darth Vader is his father.
To retcon some stuff, which is going to be good.
Which means that Ben probably told R2 that you shouldn't do that either.
What about that scene on Tatooine? I never remember owning a droid. when Obi-Wan Kenobi says that? What do you think that is?
Sarcasm.
He never owned a droid.
He didn't ever own R2,
him.
though.
Yeah.
He never had a droid, I don't think.
Yeah.
He kept dying.
Do you think he knows it's
He
R2?
kept flowing
Do you think that he knows as soon as he sees him that that's R2 and he's
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
oh, crap. R2, Luke, we're on for a journey now.
Yep.
That's what's going on?
Definitely.
That's cool. Cool. All right, good.
All right.
Go. Your turn.
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yes, that's what we were talking
that
about.
conversation flowed
So well.
from our initial
Up
thoughts.
until your turn.
I didn't realize we had done your talk yet, so I was not ready for that. I was not prepared for this. Okay, so now that we've talked about him in the original trilogy, because I was not paying attention.
What?
We're gonna talk about him in the prequels now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because that's your turn. Why don't you do that?
Because it's good. Okay, we've talked about this before, but I think like this. You said that the one thing you changed in Star Wars.
Actually, I think this was Alex Damon that suggested this.
But
when
you
I
really
interviewed
liked the
him, But I
idea.
love this idea.
Right.
Alex Damon, Star Wars Explained. Yeah.
It was that Anakin should have built R2 and 3PO should have been Padme's droid, which is a really interesting idea, but I think it makes a lot more sense in the end because R2's Anakin's droid in the end.
Yes.
And it would make more sense,
And
like why
C3.
he would know the things he does. And
it would make more sense for Anakin to build a mechanic droid
right
than a protocol droid.
Because they're on Tatooine. Like,
it would help.
Don't need a protocol droid.
Like,
I want him to help Mom out.
Like, in A New Hope, Owen's like, I have no need for a protocol droid, and 3PO's like, oh yeah, no, you wouldn't need that, but I can like help with like binary load lifters.
Right, and then George Lucas is like, yeah, let's have him build a protocol droid. All right.
Yeah, so I think that's a really interesting like idea, like to switch up in Star Wars, and I think it makes sense. But you go through like the prequels and stuff, and you just see how like ingenuitive R2 is, like how he figures stuff out, and how he's like always resourceful, and like he can carry his own like pretty well. Like,
where's the best scene to describe that in the prequels?
Well, I would either go with the droid factory scene in episode 2, or even while he was in the hangar in episode 3 on Grievous's ship, and there's like the B2 battle droids. He like squirts it with oil and then lights them on fire and stuff. Like, he's able to hold his own if he needs to, even though he's just a little trash can. You know, you wouldn't think he'd be much of a threat, but he gets around. He gets up to some stuff in the prequels, which he doesn't do in the original trilogy, and that's largely due to they just didn't have the technology to show that stuff in the original trilogy. Like, they couldn't have R2 flying around. Which, do they ever explain why that doesn't happen in between Star Wars? Like, why in the prequels he's suddenly all
I think it's always been just assumed. I don't know if they've ever like officially canonized this answer, but I always assumed that just in that period of time, that 20 years, 19 years between prequels and original trilogy, you know, he'd just become damaged at some point.
That's what I
and couldn't
thought.
do it. So
yeah, but like even in like the Clone Wars series, like there was this one point, I don't remember the episode, but there was an R2 unit that was like a spy or something, right? And then R2 and this spy droid have like a fist fight.
That's a great scene
on like the bridge.
That's actually the one where Anakin thinks that R2's gone, and they give him a replacement droid.
Yeah, and it's a spy,
which goes back to the loyalty issue.
Yeah,
R2's loyalty to Anakin, but also Anakin's loyalty to R2 is so real in these stories. It's really intense.
Yeah, and like Anakin, you know, you're not supposed to have attachments, but I bet you that goes for droids too. But he still does it anyway. Like, you look at Obi-Wan, and he's never owned a droid. Like, he had the one in episode 2, but I'm pretty sure it gets blown up. He had the one in episode 3, but the head got ripped off by the buzz droids. Like, he can't keep a droid down for very long.
Yeah, Kenobi treats droids
like droids.
They're
expendable.
Yeah. And Anakin and Luke and Rey treat droids like sentient beings.
Yeah.
They're
like droids in Star Wars, we know can feel like pain and have thoughts and stuff. Like, why the heck would Jabba have a torture room for droids if it didn't work? Like, so it kind of makes sense that droids would be sentient. Yeah. And, you know, like, it's interesting to see, like, when you talk about like Din Djarin and stuff, how much he hates droids and things. You don't hate something like that if there's not like a personality to it. Yeah, like, I don't hate I don't know, heights or something, like, because they're just heights. It's a thing, you know. I don't hate animals just because they're animals, you know. Or
But I hate liver. Liver's disgusting, and oh no, sorry, that's not the same thing.
no, not quite what I'm going for. But anyway, you want me to continue?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm sorry, I was trying to be silly.
But you can only hate something because there's like emotion to it or whatever, or like they have emotion, like because they've got to have done something against you willfully for you to kind of hate them. So it's like droids have to have a personality and a character to them, and I think it's really interesting. And R2 is like the best example of that.
BB Nate.
Yes.
Sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
R2, does he get the shaft? Does he not get treated with a level of respect and inclusion within the storyline as you would have hoped?
Definitely not the same amount as original trilogy or prequel trilogy. Not at all. Not even close. He's barely in any of the movies, but he is still important. He helps training with Rey. He's always there. And do I feel like he got the shaft a little bit? I feel like I would have loved to have had him more in the sequel trilogy to end off the series, but he still was really emotionally connected with the story, especially when Leia dies, and you can just see without any facial expressions that he is defeated. I mean, Han's gone, Luke's gone, Leia's gone, and he's still there, and there's Anakin is gone, and so there's just everything he's come to love is just gone. And so the fact that they can portray emotion that well with just a droid, and even though he's not in it for very long, he does have those great scenes in the movies that are worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's really BB-8's thing in the sequels.
It's like passing the torch to BB-8 for the
Right.
sequels, which I don't mind. BB-8 is also a fantastic character that has great scenes, even though he is just a head on a ball. So.
But like, you know, you got to remember the scene in Last Jedi where Luke, you know, sees R2 and stuff. That's all pretty important.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the most emotional things.
Exactly.
In the sequel trilogy is Luke and R2 on the Falcon connecting for the first time, and Luke talking about not going back and not wanting to be involved anymore, sort of a defeated character moment. And then R2 shows the hologram, the "Help me, one Kenobi, you're my only hope."
Yeah, that's a cheap move.
That's a cheap move. Exactly. That moment is classic R2D2, because R2D2 knows, based on all of his understanding of the story, all the way from the beginning, all the way through here, that in this moment, the one thing that needs to happen in order to move this to where it needs to go is he needs to show that hologram in that space.
And if he didn't,
at that time, and that's what's going to convince Luke to change. And that is what convinces Luke to come out of this hiding and to train Rey and all of this. Which goes again back to probably the most important character trait that we get. There's lots of character traits that we get from him. He's tenacious. You talked about his ingenuity, Sam.
He's a little bit.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's sarcastic. He's stubborn.
He's confident.
He's confident. But more than anything, Luke, you brought it up, Sam. The most important character trait that we get from R2D2 is his loyalty. Luke says, I've never seen such devotion in a droid before. That is
That's R2.
That is R2D2.
Yep.
Without a doubt. And that kind of leads us to
our dad moment.
Our dad moment of the day. So,
I am your father.
Again, R2D2 is so much more than a droid. To help move the Star Wars story along, he's a powerful lesson in loyalty and discretion and ingenuity. Even more than that, he's a lesson in humility. He is right there, making contribution after contribution and saving the galaxy, and he never seeks credit for any of it. He just does what needs to be done and moves forward. We should all seek to be a little bit more like R2D2. Awesome. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, next week we're talking
about
L
next
337.
We're not going 3PO?
I'm going to say 3PO for later.
Or BB-8.
Or we'll say
AP5?
AP5. So which ones are we going to
Chopper.
talk about? We got to talk about Chopper. We got to talk
yeah.
about C-3PO.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about
BB-8.
BB-8. Who else?
Gotta talk about AP5.
You really want to talk about
God, I'm not
AP5?
There's
take-
enough there.
Well,
I mean, he's fun, but
I think there is enough there.
K2SO.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the droids? That would give us 5 total.
Yeah, I think that's good.
That's good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we may have like an honorable mention. moment,
Yeah.
Show where we talk about a bunch of different droids.
That'd work. That'd be fun. Yeah.
So cool. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Anything else?
Well, Natalie Portman still hasn't shown her kids the Star Wars prequels, and for what reason, I don't know. She's
She thinks
weird.
they're cringy.
They are cringy, and she also probably doesn't want to show kids being destroyed.
That's probably a good
So you know
idea.
that's have I ever told? Do you think I've ever told the Natalie Portman story?
Yes.
Yeah.
On this show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
My story about Natalie
Yes.
Portman?
Pretty
Seriously?
You say it all the time.
Because it's a pretty cool story.
It is, but you
All
say it
right,
all the time.
I won't tell it then. All right. Sorry.
You can,
Oh, it's my turn. Star Wars fan animated Luke and Kylo's conflict from Colin Trevorrow's episode 9. It's freaking amazing.
Okay, we'll watch it. We'll watch it
We
afterwards.
need to watch it afterwards. We like really need to watch
Okay.
it. It's really,
Sam?
And then this engine, well, it was a group of, it was a team. It was this channel on YouTube. Built a real Star Wars lightsaber that burns at 4,000 degrees.
Explain, because you were
Fahrenheit.
telling me about it the other day.
Okay, well, you got to.
It's a proto saber.
Right. Well, they've built many different kinds of lightsabers before, but the ones before were just really hot glowing rods of metal, basically, which they cut through steel and stuff, but it couldn't go like in and out, and it was just a piece of metal. Really, it was cool. But this one, they finally built something that goes in and out like a lightsaber. Like it goes, it looks like a lightsaber. when it
Contracts
goes- Mhm.
and that type of thing.
Now, all it is though is basically a really concentrated flame, plasma torch, basically. That they've filtered it in such a way where it goes in like a column, like a lightsaber. It's not solid or anything. It's basically just a really, really fancy flame. But it looks like a lightsaber when it goes in and out, and they can put salts in it to have it burn a certain color. Like it looks like a blue lightsaber normally, and then you put in a certain salt, and it looks just like Luke's green lightsaber. Or you can have it red. I mean, it's amazing.
You're getting closer to lightsabers.
Yeah, except like if you try to pass it through something, it's just gonna go right through because it's not a solid.
It's not going to
thing.
be like it.
Right.
You can't clash with another blade of its sort.
No,
Yeah.
but it's really amazing. You should look up the video on YouTube. It's like all over the place, and they're coming out with a test video in a few days. So
Awesome.
Nice. Well, please give us a review on
Please.
iTunes and Google Podcasts and Spreaker and most of the podcatchers that you listen to this show on. It would be fantastic. You can also leave a comment or something on YouTube about how fantastic we are. We're not going to read it, but it would help because
Why aren't we going to read it?
on the show.
Oh, we might. I don't know.
maybe.
Depends on how good it is.
Yeah.
You know, if it's Shakespearean.
So,
level,
so
there
do
we
that,
are.
yeah.
You
But
know?
please, it helps people find the show, and if they find the show and see a positive review, it might convince them to listen to the show. So
That'd be awesome.
it would.
yeah, and
Very cool.
then
Why don't they have a review system for YouTube, like rating?
because that could
I could
It
get a
just
little
doesn't work
toxic.
that way.
Yeah.
All right.
And then go ahead and follow us on all our social medias, like mainly Facebook, and join our discussion group because that's where we're going to be posting polls, and you get to see our show, and you get to interact with us, and you get to post your stuff on there. It's just a fun Star Wars discussion, and then you can look us up on YouTube, or we're on Twitter, but
Not really doing Twitter.
not
right
really
now.
doing much on Twitter. So really, just follow us on Facebook, and you'll pretty much get all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Appreciate it. It was a fun show.
Yeah, it was fun. A little
Yeah.
dysfunctional,
What's-
but
well, it's
you know
always
what's
a
new.
little dysfunctional, so that's what we go for. So cool. Anything else you guys want to say?
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you always.
This party's over.
I like that Wookiee.
Don't get technical with me.
Join, please.
We're back on now.
Nathan has to pee.
Can I use the restroom?
Nathan's had to pee since about 30 minutes in.
Longer than
And then we started talking about toilet paper in the middle of the show.
Wow.
So that was fun.
This was fun. This was fun. A little crazy,
It was
but
a good show. Should we wait for the video for him?
yeah, probably.
So, all right, cool. Got
Do I have to
Jordan on
see this
here?
one?
Megan's been on here. Kevin's been on here. Adam's been on here.
Wow.
You guys are
get around.
awesome. Of course, we saw Grammy on here earlier. They're chatting back and forth on here. People have been going crazy. Tina.
Wow.
You guys are awesome. So.
Do I have to see this video we're going to be showing?
Yes.
I do? Okay.
Yeah, you got to see this one.
Okay.
This one's nuts, y'all. As soon as BB Nate gets back, you'll see. BB Nate. Yes. Jordan, BB Nate needed permission to go to potty in the middle of our recording. Yes, since we were doing one shot, start to finish,
There
no
ain't no
stopping.
stopping.
He just has to hold it. So, yeah. So, sorry. So he's out of the room right now. Mom's downstairs. Grammy. Mom's downstairs watching Bones.
Yeah.
BB Nate's back. So.
Hi, Nate.
No, I'm not.
Feel better?
All right, I'm gonna move this.
Yeah, swing it around.
Yeah.
You'll want to watch this.
You don't have to have your mic on there. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn off some of this branding so that we can watch this video. You guys, I swear, this is called Chris. We're going to end with this today. You guys are awesome. I've had a great time chatting with you. But we're going to watch Christian breakdance. This one. You got your mic? You ready to go?
I'm ready.
We're doing
ready.
mics?
No, we don't have to. Chrome tab, Christian breakdance, share audio.
Ooh, it's looking sketchy, y'all.
All right.
There we go. Oh, this is...
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Can you imagine this on Sunday at church? These
fill
people
out
are
the membership
legit.
card right now.
These are legit. And people wonder why Christians get a weird name. All right. And they're on a stage. They got like tracks. They got a band. Dude's got a mic with like a headphone mic, so he can like full on jam. Oh my goodness. How does this happen?
We've got all the potential power God could ever give. Now we stand up on our legal rights and boldly make them live.
Oh, they got the dances down. This one's going up on Facebook after we're done. I gotta tag Sarah and Bryce on this one. This is one of them. I gotta tag them on.
It's the only way to be strong in victory.
Oh yeah.
Work
it out. Come on.
Who thought this was a good idea?
They did.
There must have been something in the
Giving us the strength to conquer.
Oh yeah, they got the motions. Oh yeah.
Now we put that truth within our hearts and walk with all God's might.
They're not even that good of singers either.
No, they got to make up for it with the dancing.
Oh, who's just locked off? You just locked yourself off.
That's fine.
You're
I'm not
cool.
on it.
Whoa.
Touch it though.
Oh, this guy's going
Oh,
all out.
here we go. He's got a solo dance.
Oh yeah. Come on. The renewed mind is the key. Oh, sorry.
That is Christ in me. The renewed mind is the key to the power that we need. It's the only way to be strong in victory.
You know you love this, Jordan. You're hoping this happens in Gateway starting next Sunday. I'm telling Sarah you want it on there.
The renewed mind is the key to the Christ in me.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was beautiful.
All right, let's stop the share.
You've had worse though.
Might want to.
And, well, we just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Hold on.
So as Henrietta and Myrna are going to sing, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a
Sorry.
blessed Christmas, and most
Henrietta's
of all,
going to keep going. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Got these all turned around.
I preferred last week's, but
Why did you? Oh, you like last week's? His Eyes on the Sparrow guy.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was a good one. So. All right. Jordan says he was dancing in his seat. All right. Yeah, you're gonna be dancing. Well, that's okay. You're in California. You can't actually go to church, so you might as well dance here. So,
yeah, there you go. We just gave you church.
Yeah, that's church for you. So, all right. That's good. BB Nate, you got a girlfriend or something?
Oh.
Asking mom if she can preheat the oven.
Oh,
What?
you guys having pizza?
Yes.
Why? I thought we were having sandwiches.
It's salad.
No, it said sandwiches.
It says sandwiches.
Well, I know, but she said it was salad.
I still want chicken
I don't want
nuggets, though.
salad. All right. Well, we're going. We're done.
All right. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate you watching.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.